Welcome back to See Ya.
See ya!
Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied.
I'm William Rosen.
I'm John Burr.
Deep to right field. There it goes! See ya!
Every New York sport, every minute. New episodes every Thursday.
Welcome back to See Ya, a New York sports podcast. Taken from the legendary Michael K. phrase, there it goes, see ya. I'm William Rosen.
And I'm John Burke.
John, we're back. Took a 1 week off, but we're back. Saturday, Sunday schedule. We're back on it. And this has been an important couple of weeks in the world of Major League Baseball.
Yep.
Free agency has started, and signings have already started to roll in. For the Yankees, of course, for the Mets, for the Rangers,
For everybody.
for Padres, for a lot of teams getting early free agents, and some of the primary ones on the market have already signed with their respective teams.
Yeah, so we were going to do this episode last week, but then I said to William, the winter meetings are this week.
Take a hold.
So the majority of stuff is going to happen this week, so why don't we just wait? And if we did it last week, we would have missed out on literally everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The only two major free agents that haven't signed are Rodon and Correa. And Swanson. So that's it. Everyone else is signed.
Except for some mid-minor
They're all important.
Yes,
but the major, the big fish,
levels.
they're
We're
all
going to go
wrong.
over those in this episode briefly. We're going to talk about what the Yankees need.
Most surprising signing and our best value / favorite signing.
Okay. John, why don't we start and go ahead a little bit, debrief a little bit about what signings have actually occurred so far this
Go in
offseason.
chronological order.
Let's just go in order of how I have them.
AAV.
Yes. AAV. We'll go most expensive to least expensive of the top tier free agents. And of course, who are we starting off with highest AAV this signing, John?
Aaron.
Aaron. He's back. You heard it here. He is back.
Yeah.
We had some mixed feelings about this deal. A little bit different.
Well, why don't we get to that when we get to the Yankee
Sure.
portion?
We'll get to the mixed feelings a little later. Aaron Judge, 9-year deal for $360 million, which is an AAV of $40 million a year. That's a lot of moolah.
Nice math.
Thank you, buddy. That's a lot of money, but that is a perennial all-star, perennial MVP,
Best.
perennial slugger,
He's the best hitter in the league right now.
and could possibly become the Yankees' first captain since Mr. Jeter.
It's all but guaranteed, all but on paper.
If Hal says for it, we got it.
See, but one thing I have questioned is he's not gonna get an actual C.
I think he will.
Jeter didn't have one.
I think he'll get a little C. Or is it more of a verbal C?
I think it's a verbal thing, but it would be cool if it was an actual
I would like
C.
that, like
if it was
a
an actual
Ranger.
C on the side.
Yeah.
Not on the
Well,
front.
actually, that's cool. Did you notice that they're putting advertisements on the side now?
Yeah, that's horrible.
But so now you can't have it on the
The
side.
Yankees aren't gonna have one. I don't think
Unless it's like Delta, like a.
they're like surely
It could
not.
be a Delta. I wouldn't
I
be
don't think
surprised
they're
with
gonna
Delta.
have one. I don't think they.
So
do.
Aaron Judge, Padres gave him a last minute, not offer, but got talks.
Yep. A lot
And
of
then
money.
of course the Giants could have given him some more money,
No, I mean they gave him.
But-
They probably gave him more than us.
but he said, you know what, I'm a Yankee. I'm gonna stay in the Bronx.
He said legacy over money.
And thoughts on not the Yankees aspect of it, but thoughts on how
The
it
overall
transpired.
thing. Well, I actually for sure thought he was gone. I'm happy the Giants got Arson Judge.
Mhm.
So, I'm not gonna lie. When those 7 minutes Arson Judge was on the Giants, I was pretty happy. But I was pretty excited.
Here's a question I saw on Twitter 2 days ago. Do you think that video of him in the hotel was staged?
No, that was real. I actually read about this. They tried. This was on an NBC SF article. So NBC San Francisco. Oh, it's Bay Area or whatever. So they went through the entire Giants recruiting trip. They tried to get him to go through the back door, but he didn't want to.
He wanted to be seen.
I'd assume
That
that
makes
was
sense.
why.
Money, money, money. Everything's money.
Yeah.
So Aaron Judge, right fielder, back in the Bronx. We'll talk a little bit about our thoughts on that Yankees-wise. But we move on. Second highest AAV. Love the signing. Trey Turner to
Yeah.
Philadelphia for an 11-year deal, 300 total, and that's going to come out to an annual salary of
27.
Yeah,
I thought that was an amazing deal. If he wasn't such a great player, that'd be the best value. He is like easily
Everything.
a top 10 player in the league.
Mhm.
He's gonna age awesome, and he only gets better with the rule changes. Bigger bases, limited throwbacks. You know how many stolen bases he's gonna have? He's gonna have like 60 minimum, and the no shifting. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter for him, but like he's just a great all-around hitter, so you can just push the ball up the right field.
I really like that Philadelphia team heading into this season.
Yeah, I like them all.
I think they
no
could
Bryce
be-
Harper though.
No
for a
Bryce
while.
Harper for a while, but I think that they after
All-Star
he'll be
break.
back
All-Star break.
So I think that they're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
In the National League.
Although I don't know if they're gonna get back to the
World Series.
Which we spoke about. I don't
Yeah.
know if we actually ever spoke about it on the podcast. We spoke about it in person. It's all about who gets hot.
Mm-hmm. No,
It's
you're
not
right.
really about whoever has the best team.
100%. And in most sports too, not just baseball.
More baseball than anything else.
But Trey Turner, speedster, great contact
Yeah.
here, goes to Philadelphia. 11 years, John. What are your thoughts on these 9 to 11-year deals?
I actually read that the Yankees want to give Judge a 14-year contract, and the
14
Major League-
years.
They want.
That's a large commitment.
Well, they would have lowered the AAV significantly, but I don't know why. I don't know why they would have wanted that.
Judge is turning 31 this year, which locks him up until he's 40. Some people have had the question of, what happens when he turns 37
Whatever.
or 38.
We'll talk about that later. Let's go through the top 5
All right,
signings.
top
and
five.
A quick synopsis. on them.
Number 3 would be the shortstop Xander Bogaerts, and he's going to San Diego.
This is highest total. value.
$280 million over 11 years for 25.6.
This is
25.4.
This is highest total value,
Mhm.
not AAV. So.
25.4. John, a lot of money. I like Xander a lot, though. I think he's going to bring San Diego. What would you say is his strongest suit in the past years in Boston?
Look, let's
Defense?
just say absolutely not. It's not his defense. He's not a good fielder. But we've seen this over the last 7 years. I was screaming from the hilltops that if we lost Judge, I wanted this guy's stat. He is one of the best hitters.
You said
in the
it 2
league.
weeks ago. You said, I want Bogarts.
If we lost Judge, I believe he would have definitely been a Yankee. He was a Yankee fan. He wears 2 for Jeter. And
That's a lot of money in a lot of years for Xander Bogaerts, though. 11
It's a
years?
lot.
That's
It's
a
lot.
little too
we
many.
wouldn't. We wouldn't.
I
have
was
done
thinking the 6,
That was
7
a
year
lot.
range.
That-
11
We'll talk about this later because the Padres are
could be
a part of one of my
Ellsbury situation.
it's one of
in
my
mind.
superlative. Well, he'll age well from a hitting perspective. I don't know about a fielder.
And
Let's talk about DeGrom and Verlander.
okay, so DeGrom. Personally, I was a little shocked with that move. I was not expecting the Rangers. I mean, of course, he was in the rumor mill, the Rangers. I was not expecting him to actually sign with the Rangers, and he signed for a 5-year, $185 million, $37 million a year for Jacob DeGrom. Injury prone, yes. One of the
Absolutely.
best pitchers ever, yes.
Well, I actually thought he was definitely going to leave. That's like a LeBron thing. I told you. I
You knew it.
I told Bronny 10 years ago. But no, it's just the Mets totally made the right decision on that. You just can't pay. You can't go 5 years. They were hiring. They offered a higher total AAV than the Rangers. The Rangers just need to do that. It's sort of just like the Yankees.
The Rangers also picked up a former Yankee stud,
Hand dog.
Mr. Andrew Heaney.
Everyone sees something in him.
I mean, the Dodgers. He played well for the Dodgers last year,
Yeah, when he
but
was healthy. Yeah.
John, probably the most memeable Yankee in the last 5 years,
He had one really good start.
and then he had how many bad ones?
A lot.
Yeah, Heaney goes there. And they have a nice pitching group right now. The Rangers.
Yeah, John Gray, Martin Perez.
That's
Maybe
a
they
very
add
nice line.
Rodon.
Josh Smith, not pitcher, but speedster from the Joey Gallo trade.
Yeah.
But a little bit of a shock there to DeGrom to the Rangers.
I mean,
5
yeah.
years for 37.
Yeah.
John, thoughts?
No, I
A
don't.
lot of money.
Well, I mean, they have the money. They have the money to dish it out. It's not like they're paying anyone.
Correct.
I mean, it was. If I were them, I would have done it. You need a spark.
It's weird because the Rangers are not a small market team,
No.
but they're not
Well,
popular at this point in time.
no, it would be thought about differently if they had a better history. But they are a very big market team.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I actually, you
It's-
know
it's
what though?
Dallas, Houston.
I don't know if the people really like baseball there. Everything there is secondary to the Cowboys.
Oh, 100%.
Like even the
Mavericks are pretty. Mavericks are
Mavericks.
large though.
Even
Mavericks
the
are very large. Incorrect.
Even the Mavericks. they're
Yes,
secondary.
everything is second to the Cowboys. Yes.
Yeah, like no one's even close.
No one touches them.
Yeah, so it's a little everything in that area. Someone said I didn't think Buster only said this. He was like everything is secondary there. Like it's all just what they do when the Cowboys aren't on.
Jerry Jones runs Dallas.
Yes.
Not necessarily the highest paid right now, but Justin Verlander, 2 years to Queens.
Highest AAV.
That would be $43 million a year. 2 year for 86,666,666.
A vesting
Third year.
if he hits 180
And doesn't get injured
pitched.
between the spring training of 2025. 2025? Did you see that?
The option is just if he hits 180 innings pitched. in
And no
2024.
injury.
Well, I mean, that's just like if he gets injured, he's not going to hit that. I mean,
The option had a technical term. Just reading what I report.
where
but,
do you see that?
Oh, I saw it on, who was it?
that can't be a real thing.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, and you mean like
100%.
IL?
No, 100%.
What's hurt mean? Hurt can mean anything.
IL, yes. IL.
Okay, let's
IL.
talk about this for 1 second. What happened to the Saints today? Did you see that madness? They fined
Yes,
them
3
$500K
people. Yes, I saw that.
for
faking
faking
the
an
injury.
How can they claim that they faked an injury?
They must have had an extensive review.
It could have been fake, but like,
How can you prove that?
Well, clearly, you're right. They probably did a review.
Mhm.
They probably-
So you just answered your own question.
yeah, I mean that's just
A lot of money. Oh my God. that was
Why
a
would they
lot of
even
money.
respond to
Saints
them?
always having some issues.
Yeah, they're a dirty franchise.
But Verlander to the Mets, they
Good-
lose
good deal
DeGrom,
for
they
them.
get Verlander. I like it. I could have gone. I know he's getting up there in age. How many years do you think he has left in the tank total? Not just with the Mets in the MLB.
I don't know. He says he wants to pitch like Tom Brady.
So I could have. You think could have gone 3 or 4 years?
No. You're not paying him that. And even his vesting option is like $20 million. It's not. Check it right there. Click Verlander. That's Sport Track. Click Verlander. You can see it. The third year is
Verlander
not
is
25.
it's 35.
See, but it's much lower.
Yeah, 8 million. But back to the Verlander. I would say they lose Walker, they lose DeGrom, but they get Verlander.
Bassett's done. They want Kodai Senga. So.
They're going to have a little bit of a revamped pitching, even with. I mean, in the last 3 years, the Mets have kind of just shifted everything since Cohen comes in.
Stevie.
Thoughts?
Everything changes with Stevie.
Money changes the franchise.
I wish Hal was like Stevie, but we'll get to that.
As we continue, Brandon Nimmo stays with the Mets.
Yeah.
That's a good deal for the Mets, as it's an 8-year deal, $20 million per, 162 total. He was great last
I
year.
didn't like that deal.
No, Chipmunk.
It doesn't really even matter if that's McNeil.
McNeil gets
But honestly, if you're the Mets, like it doesn't really even matter at this point. Like you just throw around money. It's like
same with the Yankees, but we just don't do that.
no, it's not like the Yankees because we're nowhere near what Steve Cohen's worth. Hal's worth like what the Yankees are worth. Like
Steve is worth
70%.
1,000 more.
Like Hal's probably worth around. It's not even Hal's. The Steinberg family's probably worth. I'd say the Yankees are worth $8 billion. They own about 70% of the
They're
Yankees.
like $6
It's
billion.
around $6.5 billion. Stevie is 17.
Big time difference.
It's a big time difference.
And that's excluding probably the Mets organization. Not that much money, but
No, this is updated. I looked at this yesterday. It's 17 billion.
John, let's do 2 more of these players, or top 3 more.
2 more.
All right. Diaz technically back to the Mets.
Yeah, so that's old news.
Who else? Contreras.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's interesting.
Contreras
That's
goes to
interesting
St.
one.
Louis, trying to follow in Yadier
That's an
Molina's
interesting one.
footsteps as they're trying to get another franchise catcher, as Wainwright will return for them. But Wilson Contreras could be the best catcher in baseball.
I don't think so.
Who do you think's better?
JT Realmuto, like
I think Wilson Contreras this year is going to make
the
a
guy
big-time
can't
case.
play defense.
Big
The
time
guy
case,
he doesn't
though.
play defense.
And can he play offense? And he does it phenomenally.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay. Let's say one. I just want to say something about the Cubs handling of the situation. I don't even know if they gave him a qualifying offer. Like it's just like malpractice how they handled that situation. How they didn't trade him. I know they didn't even offer him a contract.
You like him going into St. Louis, trying to be that second?
Yeah, they
catcher?
needed
That's exactly what they needed. They needed a catcher.
Although, honestly, if I were them, I would rather trade for Sean Murphy. You ain't winning a World Series. Wilson Contreras as your catcher. The guy he's not a good receiver.
That team, I like that team, though.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, but they don't really ever make it out.
Lars Nootbaar, one of my favorites.
You need a receiver, man. Like the Astros, Maldonado's like one of the best receivers.
100%.
JT is a great receiver. Like look at all the teams in the LC and the LS who had them. Trevino is the best defensive catcher in the league, and Austin Nola and Jorge Afalo are both very good defensive catchers.
A couple
one more.
quick signings.
One
Just
more.
two more.
Okay.
Just because the Yankees, they lose Tyone. That was a
Good
deal,
for him. I'm very happy
deal
for
worth
him. Let's talk about-
17 million over 68 to Chicago.
Yeah.
But I would say I guess since it was a couple days before all these major deals, kind of went under the radar is Jose Abreu. It's a pretty big deal to Houston. Jose Abreu signing, former American League MVP, signing to Houston for 3 years, 58 million a year, 58 million total, 19 a year.
Oh, how the time has passed. I remember we have a podcast up
about
debating-
Jose Abreu or Luke Voigt. Can you believe we had a conversation about who would win the AL MVP and we were talking about Jose Abreu, okay.
You said
and
Luke Voigt.
Voigt.
You said Luke Voigt.
Can you believe that? That was June of 2022.
That was
2020.
It was probably like September.
Of 2020.
Right.
Wow, time flies, John. We've been at this a while.
Imagine if Luke Voigt won that award.
That would have changed history. We would have.
It would have changed his career. Now we wouldn't have re-signed him.
Now he's just
He's a free
rotting
agent.
away.
No, he's a free agent. He's a free agent.
Was rotting away on Washington.
Yeah, they non-tendered him. He's a free agent.
I don't like where his career is going, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think
Very
so.
unfortunate.
He actually had a very good year last year.
Because he played for such a crummy team.
That has nothing to do with it.
Played how many games for San Diego?
I don't know.
So, John, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then what are we going to come back to when we get back?
Yankees.
Yankees. It's Yanks time. We'll be back. And we return for our MLB free agent winter meeting combination update. And right now we're going to focus in on the Yankees. It's a New York sports podcast.
Yeah.
So
Dressed to impress.
repping some Yanks. I have Ron over there giving us some luck. What else? I have some Yankees stuff in around this room.
The room's blue.
It's blue. I have the Yankees. I have the Rangers. I have Knicks. I have a Nets thing in my closet. You're not a Nets guy, but anyway, we're gonna transition over to 161. John, Yanks. What's happening?
So we've done two things this offseason.
99.
And 48.
I think 48 could be more important than 99.
Well, he's not going to be 48 anymore.
What is
Well,
it?
obviously, yes. Tommy Kahnle is going to have more of an impact than.
Oh,
Aaron
that's who you
Judge.
meant.
Oh, I forgot about
Whoa,
Rizzo.
we had both. Okay, we had another one.
Well, Rizzo happened a while ago.
Anthony Rizzo, as
Okay.
we mentioned this a while ago, is back on the Yankees. He
That's important.
big time. But we also get former 48, who I think is going to have a great role this year.
Love
We
him.
signed him on a 2-year, 13.5, I believe.
Yeah.
Mr. Tommy Kahnle. Tommy Kahnle took a couple years off from the Yankees.
Yeah, went to
and
the Dodgers.
He pitched well.
Yeah,
But
he had Tommy
people
John.
forgot about him. I would say people forgot about him. He was an elite reliever with
He
us.
was pretty good. He was pretty good.
All-star, perennial all-star reliever-esque.
I mean, he got the job done.
So right now, what do our relievers look like, John? Tommy Kahnle, would you say is reliever 2, reliever 3, or reliever 4?
On our
reliever,
team
yeah,
right
reliever
now?
2.
Okay, well.
Are we talking about
Well,
current with
wait.
injury?
No, this is what it's going to look like in the spring.
All right, let's see.
Holmes,
Mhm.
King,
Mhm.
Loizaga,
Mhm.
Peralta, Kahnle, Marinaccio. There
No,
are six
no,
guys.
no. Marinaccio was before those guys.
What? That's not even. I'm not
Oh,
ranking.
okay,
I'm not
sorry,
ranking.
okay.
There are six guys
Okay.
that are in the circle of trust.
You think King can come back healthy?
Sure hope so, man.
Michael King was probably our.
That was the That was the start.
That was
of
the downfall of last season.
That was very negative.
Him and Ron Marinaccio.
Well, Ron Marinaccio, that was like an ongoing thing.
But as soon as Michael King went down, he was an all-star. And if he comes back to healthy form this
It's
year,
important. He was a beast.
Very important.
He was the beast.
Kahnle's going to slide in now. Are they going to put? What do you think's going to happen with Domingo?
Herman?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, let's talk about what's important. Let's not talk about that. But it will get into we can talk about
you're good.
Rodon.
Sure.
Well, it's all
Everything's connected
It all
combined.
turns to the same thing. So we talk about Judge
Mm-hmm.
and the whole thing. I'll tell you why. This is all. I'm saying this all with the asterisks that I don't think Cal is gonna spend. So if he does, then this all changes.
And if Rodon signs tomorrow,
it's not about Rodon. It's not about Rodon. It's about going to 418.
okay.
Because I'm going to tell you this right now.
Oh boy.
We had a revenue of about 420 in 2009. Our payroll.
You mentioned this. You mentioned this a couple weeks ago.
Yes, but this is exact. I saw this on Twitter today. Like, I think our payroll was around 300.
Okay.
I could be very wrong.
Yeah, he sounds accurate.
But last year, we had a revenue of $780 million.
That needs to go up.
So the equivalent payroll would be $420 million. That would be by far the most. It doesn't even need to be that high.
It could be 400.
Well, 420 is actually like 360 with the tax.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even about Rodon. We already missed the opportunity. So it's already on the asterisk. Like, we get Rodon, like, it's fine. Like, we're gonna go back to where we were last year. So much money came off the books. Well, we still need to get a left fielder.
Benintendi's gone though.
Well, I was under the impression that he was totally gone. Now I don't think he's totally gone. Like, I think we might just pay him a lot because Yoshida's off the board. But
that was a big time signing going to the Red Sox.
That was stupid. I don't.
You wanted him badly.
Yeah, but I don't understand what the Red Sox. That we'll talk about the Red Sox later, from my standpoint. But the Judge thing is like, sure, it's great, but you're just paying for what he has been.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, like we didn't just sign him for him as a player. It's really more like the brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
It's not because if it was just a strictly player decision, we would not have given him this contract.
Can I put this in basketball terms for a second?
Sure.
I would call Judge at this point a Giannis.
Sure. Yeah.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Great player. MVP.
Great personality.
Great personality. One of the most marketable faces in both leagues. Giannis started out pretty old, technically, compared to today's date. He's not the youngest fellow. They gave him the money, and he's so far exceeded or gotten the expectation. Yeah. Aaron Judge, I would say, is in the same boat.
You and I'd like
you
to
can't.
see...
But let me finish. Aaron Judge, for him, you can't exceed anything. You can't.
He'll only get worse.
Yeah,
there's
right.
No way.
You can't get 64 home runs. You just can't do that.
He's only gonna get worse.
So it's not set the level here. You can't go. Almost impossible to go here.
I
you
will,
can only go here.
I will say though, the contract's gonna look a lot better in a couple years when Shohei signs for 50 and Soto signs for 60.
You think Shohei's gonna sign for 50 and Soto 60?
Could happen.
I don't think Soto for 60.
Well,
I'm sorry. I don't think Shohei for 50.
What?
More.
Well,
55.
Yeah. Oh, what? No, I meant like 50 as in like 50s.
50s. Okay.
Like, but that's what I mean. Look, I don't think Soto's gonna be worth 60, but with the way
his age is the biggest factor.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's more about the state of baseball and the.
Let's go.
It's actually important. Like, I was reading like a John Heyman article, and he was talking about how inflation impacts these contracts.
Of course it does. Inflation is impacting everything.
Yeah, so they get paid more.
Let's go back to the Yanks, John. Rizzo.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, let's
okay, the Judge thing. Like, do you know how Hal can prove to me that he's for real, which I know he's not? If we sign Manny or Devers next year, those are the guys.
I love Manny.
Those are the guys.
I'd prefer Manny over Devers actually.
Well, with the contract you're going to be giving them, you probably prefer Devers, given Devers is 25.
Yeah, but Manny's going to be a short-term deal.
No, he wouldn't want a short-term deal.
He's not going to get more than 5-6 years.
Well, that's not a short-term deal.
Five
that's
5
5
years.
That's
3.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's gonna want
Manny
$40
Machado.
million.
Manny Machado.
Oh yeah, no, we were talking about Manny Gonzalez from
Manny Ramirez.
Whatever. What's
Gonzalez.
Manny's last name in Modern Family?
Manny Rodriguez.
Yeah.
No, Nico Gloria.
Is the dude's name not Manny?
Yeah, his name is Gloria Pritchett. Manny Pritchett. Oh no, it's blanking on me. But Modern Family, great show.
Well, he doesn't look related to Peyton Pritchard, but but I'm just saying, the Judge thing is great if we spend beyond it. It's
he can't be the sole focus. He has to be a.
It is another thing I'd like to say. We are worse now
than we were last
year.
You say that about
and we weren't even good enough last year to win one game. And I said this to William, and it's a controversial take, but last year we will never get a better Judge, and we couldn't even win a game. Who's to say we can ever win with him? And we need a more diverse team.
Have we won with him? No.
No. I would have enjoyed a Trey Turner and a
Xander.
no, like a Trey and like a outfielder,
We
like a Nimmo.
Nimmo wasn't going to come to the Yankees, though.
Why would he not come to the Yankees?
We got to see how Boone works Judge into the field. I mean, is he going to be every day?
Boone doesn't make these decisions.
Who does?
Brian Cashman and the Geek Squad.
But technically, Boone's the figurehead.
Well, Boone doesn't do anything. Everyone.
Is he going to be a daily right fielder?
I don't know.
A daily
He
center
will.
fielder?
Oh, he'll be a what?
I mean, not a daily center fielder. Will he ever play center field again?
No, he will never play center field. No, we are not doing that. Hicks is probably going to be.
So the outfield. Let's set the stage right now. The outfield, left field.
Empty.
Left field could be Giancarlo.
It's empty.
Giancarlo or Andrew. Andrew.
No. It's empty. It's not Giancarlo.
Andrew.
Maybe.
Center field is Harrison Bader, and right field is Judge.
I gotta say, I was looking at Stanton's contract. We're gonna have to eat some of that big time. It's really ugly.
First base, John,
That
is
was a bad trade.
first base.
Rizzo,
Second base.
undetermined. This is another thing we gotta talk about. If they get a good report on LeMahieu's health, Glaber's gone. I gotta get some relievers.
Glaber.
It sucks.
You were saying
It's
to
horrible.
me personally, package Glaber and Peraza.
I'd like to package them for like an elite closer. Like, I don't know who that is.
An elite closer.
I don't know who that is. So clearly, we don't. Clay Holmes is just. I don't know what to think about him.
You can't.
Like there are no elite closers up for sale right now. Someone who like genuinely, I would love and is on trade market because he plays for a small market team. Corbin Burns.
Oh, Corbin Burns would be great.
It's like Glaber. That'd be an easy Glaber, Peraza, Dominguez. He's the second best pitcher in the league.
I think Glaber can have a good career off the Yankees too.
The New York thing isn't for him. I mean, not like that. When I say the New York thing isn't for him, I mean like it's the New York thing that is not an issue. It's not like a Gary Sanchez thing. He's like gonna be fine wherever he goes
Because he's good.
Like he's just good. Like he's just a good player. And he's like pretty inconsistent. And the numbers tell one thing, and if you actually watch it, it tells
Says
another.
another thing.
Because half the time
Defensively.
he's like he was actually one of the best defenders in the league this year. But like half the time you can't even watch him, and the other half
You root for him so much.
No, and the other half he's like the next Ty Cobb. Like he's unbelievable.
So you're saying we can get rid of those in a package for a closer. Let's see if that happens. I don't think so.
There's no closer out there.
Third base, or shortstop,
IKF.
IKF.
It's not gonna be IKF. It's gonna be Peraza if he's on the team.
I don't like the. I mean, actually, I don't mind the deal for IKF. It's a pretty good deal if you just keep him on your bench.
I think he's an elite bench player.
Yeah,
I don't like the misconception that IKF is bad.
he just played.
He's just not a World Series winning shortstop.
And third base, as of now,
It's gonna be
Josh
Donaldson. There's no way it's not Donaldson.
Donaldson. Catching is Higashioka and Trevino. I'm good with those catchers.
Yeah.
Let's rotation.
In rotation,
Cole,
there are 4 who are set in right now.
Cole, Cortez,
Sevy.
Sevy, and
You're not gonna say it because the common fan don't say it. But
And
Montas. It's Montas.
yeah, Montas.
I
forget about Montas every
I don't
day.
like that people are disrespecting
No, it's
him.
not disrespect. I forget about him because
He's
he just
very
wasn't around.
good. He was
just not around.
I don't know what
Hence
happened.
his name.
I don't know what happened last year. But look, if we get Rondon, that'd be pretty nice. We could easily afford it. I mean, look, if someone gives him 6 or 5 years
He's gone.
on the market, then we're not giving him that. That's just sort of ridiculous. But if he signs a 4-year deal, he's ours.
And Domingo.
You need more than 5 starters.
Domingo is the 4.5 starter.
Well, he's the 5th, 6th starter.
5.5. Excuse me.
Well, I'd also like Clark Schmidt to be traded because he's just in no man's land. He's
not bad.
He's not bad, but
He's not a Yankee.
he's shown he can't start.
He's not
whenever
consistent.
Whenever he starts, he's just like not that good. And he's like a good reliever.
He's a good third reliever.
Third. When you say third, what do you mean? Like he's a low leverage reliever. He's like fine. Like I think we can trade him because there's still some value to his name.
He was a big time name.
He's a 1st-round pick.
So with the Yankees, I think personally, let's make our predictions.
What's gonna happen?
Our early December
For
10th
what?
predictions for, I don't know, let's say,
Who's gonna sign?
no, let's just go long term. What is the placement for the Yankees at the end of the season? At this point, December 10th. Thoughts?
Exact same thing as last year.
So, win the AL East.
Maybe. Probably not.
Get out in the second round?
We're whatever.
Give me your honest view.
We still aren't good
So
enough.
what is your idea? Tell me your idea.
I mean, the Blue Jays got a little better. Maybe they beat us out. We were
Sox
really
got
bad.
technically.
No. The Sox are no. They're not touching us. The Rays are look. Right now I'm just saying we're not good. We're not good enough. With the same thing's gonna happen. But also, if everyone's healthy and everyone's hitting well in the month of October, we could win the World Series.
If we had the repeat of last year's second and third months, John, I think we're unstoppable, possibly.
Well, obviously, but like that's just the part of being a Yankees fan.
Part of being any fan. Knicks, Yankees, Jets. Well, Jets.
These guys are so inconsistent these days.
Everything's inconsistent unless you find yourself a 1996 to 2018 Spurs fan. Then you're going to have a very easy life. To wrap us up, though, we're going to each go over our most surprising free agent signings so far.
I got my phone out.
Mine's an easy one just because I was not expecting it. But this guy has some numbers on his.
Well, you go first.
No, I think you should go first.
Okay, well, I'll just talk about the most. Okay, I have two developments that were really surprising. They're not necessarily signings, but they are signings. So, the opposite ends of the spectrum. The Padres. They are a very small market team. San Diego is not a big city. Where are they getting this money from? They offered Judge $400 million. They offered Trey $348.
And they're paying Soto, and they're paying Tatis.
They're not paying Soto anything.
Tatis.
They're paying him a lot, and they're paying Machado a lot, but Machado's gonna opt out. But anyways, it's not really even what's important. It's just like, where are they getting this money from? And the other thing is what's going on in Boston. I just don't like. I love Chaim Bloom. Like I like the Tampa, but you can't. This is what the Yankees are trying to do for a little bit, and they stopped doing it in a couple years. You cannot beat the Tampa Bay Rays in Boston.
Too big of a market.
You can't beat the Tampa Bay Rays in New York. You have the money. Like, if the Rays had the money, they'd spend the money. They don't want to do what they're doing. No, it does work. It's just like, why? It's just like not fully using all your
So what would you say is your surprise so far?
That's it. I don't like. What are the Red Sox doing? Why are they like selling? And they did the same thing in the trade deadline. Like they sold Vasquez and they bought Pham. Like why? Why they sign Yoshida but not sign Bogarts? Why they signed Jansen? That was a ridiculous contract. Why? Like why are you overpaying for Jansen? Like he's a good closer, but like you're not winning anything. Just sort of weird. I don't get what's going on there.
And
Williams can look something up. Now I gotta look at what's going on here for my value.
I
have some ideas.
My shock so far, John, right now,
is
actually the Texas Rangers. DeGrom, I personally wasn't expecting him to go there. You get Heaney, who I think they have a great pitching staff right now, and I think that's going to carry them to win the Central. So I'm going Rangers, and you're going. I'm saying congrats to the Rangers, and you're saying what's up with the Red Sox
and the Padres.
What number are you getting up here?
I'm not getting up a number. I'm just looking for contracts. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of value. So you go first on your thing.
I just said my thing.
No, we're talking about value the next one, man.
Okay, best value?
Or like best contract?
Best contract?
That you like.
For me?
You don't even...
I'll go with Tommy Kahnle.
That's such a homer.
Yeah, I'm a homer. I'm a New York guy. Tommy Kahnle.
I gotta look outside.
$6.5 million a year. Can't ask for anything. I think it's
okay. Here we go.
So I'm going Tommy Kahnle best value, John.
Okay. So that's just a 1-year deal, so that's not even that good. Oh, this is not what you want. Okay, so I'll just say it. Someone who I think is worth a lot more than what he's getting. Whatever. It's not even value. I just really love this guy. And I like that he came.
Kenley Jansen.
No, I like that he came back to New York. David Robinson.
Oh, Robinson.
I really like him. I'm happy he came to New York.
I think that's a great contract.
Like I root for the Mets.
I root for David.
I like him.
Philadelphia, Chicago.
10 mil for 1 year. I think it's fine. Like I mean, if you give him more than that on a year basis, it's not great. But I like him a lot. I think the Mets have done a lot of really good things. Although, look at the Mets. They're about the same as they were last year, and it's all about if you're hot or not. Like it's great to say these things, but Like you could pay Judge, but like he played like a $5 million player in the playoffs. Like he just like wasn't good. Harrison Bader played like an $80 million player.
Exactly. It's all situation. That's just how sports work.
More baseball than any other sport. Like if you have Mahomes, you know he's gonna play well. Like if you have LeBron James,
it's less of a team sport. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
baseball is more of a collective thing.
Yes.
It needs to be more
100%.
like if you have Connor McDavid, like there is no stopping Connor McDavid. There is stopping Aaron Judge. I know. I see.
So Yanks get some players back. Mets get some new contracts. Lose some pitching, gain some pitching. Baseball's going to look a little different next year. Want to take us out?
Okay. Oh, I was watching the Michael K show this week. As they say in the Michael K show, as Michael K says, "What do you know about me? Why are you Why are you attacking my sources? You're not in the room." This is when someone said, when he said Aaron Judge was still in play, and a caller was like, "No, he's not. He's gone."
And he's not. So take care. He's here. Stay safe. We'll talk to you. Adios.